Hello, my friends. Welcome to another edition of some console Overwatch multi-tier tournament presented by CGL. My name is Bull Skunk, alongside the man, the myth, the pseudo-Canadian, ChefBilly.
Pseudo? What are you talking about? No.
Sorry, I derailed this already.
I will catch you. Too late with it.
Tier 1 matchup coming at you today, friends. Profits Knights versus ApolloT1. Both teams coming in 1-0. Billy, you had some preseason exposure to Profits Knights. What did you see? What are we expecting today from this team?
Actually, it was a week 1 match.
Okay.
I got it wrong, but yeah, Zoc and I actually did the Profits Knights Tier 1 match versus Avenir Tier 1, and they absolutely crushed in that match. I was extremely impressed by the tank play of good old boss Raiden. He is a reckless, with some control, Reinhardt. I didn't see him play much else other than Reinhardt, and his pins and charges and fire strikes and everything else that was involved in being a good Rein player. He had it on display in spades. Very good play from him. Also on the DPS side, the captain of the team, Shadows, has a very wide-ranging pool of talent, and he brought the blade out quite a few times on Avenir, and they had no answer for him. So Apollo's going to have their hands full. But Apollo, on the other hand, coming into this match, also 1-0. They got a 3-1 win over Galaxy Celestials in their week 1 match. So, yeah, they actually had a really good showing in their first match as well. So I think this could be a little bit of a early season test of wills, as if you will. Apollo, of course, now bringing in lower tiers into their org. We saw their Tier 2 team in action. That's a new team. This is also a new team, right. Captained by the Clean Turd himself. We said a couple things that were funny off cast that I'm not going to repeat now, but I'm still laughing in my own head.
Use your imagination.
Use your imagination.
There was a little toilet humor. Not gonna lie.
Nope.
There's a little toilet humor involved. We are here in week 2, and so we've got a whole new map lineup coming at you. We will be starting off on Busan here for our control map today. Headed to Kings Row for Hybrid, Horizon for Assault, and then rounding it out with Havana will be our escort map here for week 2. Of course, we do have the tiebreaker map if necessary, and that's going to be Oasis here. Well, with that said, we also have a whole new hero pool lineup. Billy, who are we not going to see today?
Well, we are not going to see one of my favorite tanks, which is Diva. Boo. That's just wrong. You should never take her out of the game. Also, 4 hit scan players in McCree, Soldier 76, Sombra, and Widow. And then on the healer side, Baptista's out. So no immortality field. So that's going to be a very interesting little setup. So you can't really nullify the big bombs, the big ultimate plays in this. So it's what we're looking at this week. So we saw Pharah in our earlier match today, the EU match. We saw Pharah make a very big showing, if you know what I mean. So this is going to be a very interesting match. I think that this is going to be just a knockdown, drag-out fight.
Yeah, I expect something similar here. 2 great T1 teams, both coming out with Ryan Zarya here to start things off, and Boss Raiden Andrew, both coming up with a pick each. Profits Knights finding those early kills, and they'll get things started for us here on Mecha Base.
Boss Raiden already with the 4K coming out the gate. I told you, he is reckless. He got a pin right out of the gate, so nothing changed from week 1 for him.
Hey, you know, a little recklessness can serve a Reinhardt very well.
Absolutely.
All right, Apollo coming back out here for their second engagement. Looks like they're bringing us Ash May in their damage department to accompany that Ryan Zarya. And they're running the Lucio. They're opting for the speed, whereas Profits Knights going for the res ability here in that support department. Right,
we saw the res ability coming out very big in some of our earlier match today. So I think Mercy maybe actually be a must pick here.
Great focus fire coming from Apollo there with a wall to deny the retreat, and they're gonna get the kill on the boss raid. And with that, they dominoes into yet another. Res does come back through onto the main tank there for the Profits Knights, as well as a barrage coming out of Shadow. Shadow's going to find 3 before it's all said and done, and Profits Knights are going to hold on to this point.
50% already on the board for Profits Knights. Like I said, the DPS tank combo of Boss Raiden and Shadows is something to look at. They actually coordinate very well with what they are doing. So you got to really watch how they coordinate and synchronize with each other.
Now we do have Pride with his Earthshatter online, the main tank here for Apollo. Looking for an opening as they're just slowly making their way out of the choke here. So far, Prophet's Knight's doing a good job of keeping him in check. Here comes that Maywall once again, and once again, Boss Raiden the first to fall. We'll see if Apollo is able to take advantage of this opportunity this time. They're going to follow it up with a nice kill on Chungus, turning their attention now to the healers, but the DPS line once again striking back in quick succession. 2 kills coming through. Viper able to take the Pharah out of the sky, finally. That Pharah will get rezzed. Andrew had hurled himself onto the objective, and Apollo have got it flipped over here, 8% and counting on the board.
Yeah, Dom used his Valkyrie there to get his Pharah back up out of Death's hands. And looking on the side of Apollo, they've almost got a 6-pack of ultimates on their side. They could do a lot of stalling here, a lot of time wasting, getting that capture percentage up for them.
The aggression coming from Boss Raiden is about to bite him in the butt as the wall divides him from the rest of his team, and there's nothing they can do to save him from the onslaught coming out of Apollo. And with the Reinhardt down for the 3rd engagement in a row, I think the rest of Prophet's Knights are just going to have to reset here.
Absolutely. Well, no, he's charging in again.
And he's going to throw the Shatter into the mix as well. Shatter finds 2. Graviton Surge coming out from the other side. And the Coalescence invested from Apollo to keep the team alive. Blizzard thrown into the mix as well. And they weather the storm of Boss Raiden's aggression. 52% on the board for him and counting.
Yeah, and they dropped 4 ultimates in that fight. They dropped the Shatter, they dropped the Coalescence, a Blizzard, and the Graviton Surge. So not much for them to hold on to. They do have Bob, though. That is a big ult that we all know and saw today that was very well used.
Graviton surges. There's the Dragon's going to make it. Dragons does come out, but Sound Barrier coming out from the other side. Apollo's support line doing such a good job of keeping them alive through these ultimates here. Now they are going to have to deal with Shadow, who has snuck behind him and trying to get some shots down, but Clean Turd does just that, landing the clean headshot with the Icicle. With the Pharah gone, they can turn their attention to the front line, and turn their attention they do as they decimate them under this weight. Apollo, 90% on the board. One last chance here for Prophet's Knights. Oh.
This is very clear. Oh, look at the sneaky little move from the Reinhardt.
Raiden pushed himself through the pit, but there is a Maywall dividing off the rest of the team. Shadow going to try and drop another barrage into the mix, but it's nothing but the shield before he gets taken out. Rez does come through onto that Pharah. Bob thrown right off the side. Don't know if he got Conch Blast off or if it was just a misplay coming out of the Ash here from Apollo. Either way, the Coalescence going to find a kill, and it looks like Apollo in full control here. A little bit of stagger coming out. Solo Shatter onto Boss Raiden. He is going to drop. They have a Maya and a Wrecking Ball left to deal with on the point before they take the 1-0 lead here in this round. We do have Shadow coming back on this Pharah, but no miracle play. It is a 1-0 here for Apollo.
Man, that was a very big change, a turn of events from what we saw at the very beginning of the round with Prophet's Knights getting 85% capture on the point, but Apollo is able to flip it and flip it good. They take the first map.
And hold it. What a spectacular hold coming out from Apollo there. Really doing a great job of weathering the onslaught of ultimates coming out of Prophet's Knights. Again, I have to give much props to the support line there.
Yeah, support line carried them there. Absolutely.
And I mean, some good ult discipline as well. I think that served them very well. And we'll be looking for more of that. Here's where we're heading into Sanctuary. Apollo sticking with the Ryan Zarya. They're going to go Doomfist and Pharah here as we head into our second round of Busan. We're getting a Tracer out of the side of Prophet's Knights this time around. Little air duel above the center drum. Poppy maintaining the height advantage. Can he land the rockets? It looks like Shadow decided to turn his attention onto the Doomfist and lands that kill. One-man advantage here for Prophet's Knights. Shadow finding 2 while Poppylock is just trying to chase him down. And with that, it should be Prophet's Knights getting us started here on Sanctuary.
There's a charge again for Boss Raiden.
Manages to find that kill onto Neko. Does eventually get taken out. But 15% on the board and counting here for Prophet's Knights. They have a couple of ultimates coming online as well. Coalescence, followed by Earthshatter not too far behind that.
Yeah, and as I look at it, actually Boss Raiden and Chungus have actually swapped positions in the tank role. Chungus going over to the Reinhardt, getting that nice reckless charge kill, emulating Boss Raiden, then Boss Raiden going over onto the Zarya. So good stuff coming out from Profits once again, 36% and counting on the board.
Early kill coming through for Profits as they are going to find the Moira. Main source of healing gone here for Apollo is looking to come in and retake through his far left side. Swapping over to a Reaper there, coming off the Doomfist. Oh, on the front line. Pride goes down, just overwhelmed by the 2 tanks coming from Prophet's Knights. Big charge coming from Chungus, and he's running right into a Reaper. I don't know if that's advisable. Meanwhile, in the sky, Shadow cleaning house, taking out the Pharmacy combo. And with 62% and counting, Prophet's Knights, man, they look infallible here on Sanctuary.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, for Tier 1, ooh.
Walked right into that one.
Maybe a little bit of chutzpah there from Shadows trying to get sneaky and cheeky on him, and Clean Turd was having none of it.
Oh, just turned the corner into 2 shotguns, point blank. Oh, I think he put his head against the front of that barrel. Oh, but Andrew throwing a pulse bomb. Lands it on the dome of the Mercy and the Ashe. Now Mercy's traded out, so Prophet's Knights are now missing one of their healers, but they still have a man advantage on the point. Graviton Surge coming out from Apollo, but it is Prophet's Knights swinging through it. And forgive me, that was Prophet's Graviton Surge, enabling them to hold on here. 98% on the board. I don't think Apollo's going to get to touch.
Nope, no touching there. That was a very clean round from the boys and girls from Prophet's Knights. 1-1 tied here in Busan. And you've got to do something about this far. You've got to get somebody on her. Tearing it up on the far right now. Oof, I don't know if they have an answer for it. I think Poppylocky, Poppylocky does need to switch over to this Ashe. That was the only thing that was keeping Shadows in check during that mecha base engagement. I think that you have a little bit more of a ceiling advantage here as far as getting up on the high ground, just like in the mecha base, you've got multiple levels here that you can actually stand on and be able to contest a Pharah both at range and up closer if you need to.
Yeah, Prophet's Knights sticking with the same composition we saw last map. While Apollo are going to go over to the Hanzo May. Poppylocky making that last second change, opting for the Archer. Going to take some high ground, put some attention onto the Pharah. So far, nothing landing. In fact, it looked like a rocket hit him. Andrew's going to find the final blow on that. Chungus with a good charge. Gets the pick onto the counterpart, Rhine. And as to make that 4-man advantage here for Prophet's Knights, and they're going to get us started here in downtown.
Man, that was a clean fight. They got high ground control with Shadows just immediately out of the gate, and there was nothing to contest him. Once again, the pressure coming from Shadows on this Pharah, it's unstoppable right now. And add in the Mercy pocket to it, I mean, there's nothing much they can do right now.
Yeah, Apollo really struggling to take them out of the skies. Looks like they're going to opt to go all the way far right through Mega, just try to avoid the LOS from that far. I do find the kill onto the Tracer in that pathing. And so with the 1-man advantage, it looks like they're turning their attention right onto the front line as they just storm right onto the objective, but they got to be careful. Hanzo picked out of the back. Shadow's still going unchecked, but he's low as 15 health. Had to drop down to ground level, pick up some healing. Meanwhile, tanks are just pummeling each other on this front line. Looks like Coalescence coming out from Prophet's Knights, but Apollo have gotten their feet planted here, trying to flip this thing around. Oh, but the barrage, once again, a killer barrage coming from Shadow, gets 2 before giving his life to the cause. Rez coming back through onto the Pharah, and Prophet's Knights hanging on here.
Yeah, that was a very good peel back from Shadows onto the point after taking care of the Shimada brother in the back alley. Concussion blast getting him faster to the point and then able to drop that barrage between the hammer swings of the Reinhardts.
Ooh, Shadow taking it right to him. Gets aggressive against the Hanzo and wins the duel. Eats an arrow, but does end up taking him out. Now we're going to get a Graviton Surge combo coming out from Prophet's Knights. Looks like a wall was used to try to deny some value, but nevertheless, Shadow able to find the final blow through that. And I mean, he's just sitting directly behind the team of Apollo, and no one's looking at him, no one's checking him. I feel like this Pharah just has complete free reign right now. Poppylocky, the only one there to try to deal with him, and right now Poppylocky's trying to deal with the Tracer. Eats a rocket. Meanwhile, Blues traded on the objective here is the Rhines both go down. Coalescence coming out from Prophet's Knights, but Apollo have got their feet planted here. The Zarya, in the name of Viper, doing her best to try to hold on, lest they go down 1-0 here in our opening map. Shadow down to 49 health, Wall coming up to deny that ingress, and they do finally get it flipped over here in the name of Apollo.
I mean, better late than never. That's what I would say. That Blizzard was a little bit questionable being thrown out there.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with
that. Yeah, and now Viper's just decided that he's going to take this Farah issue into his own hands and go ahead and take out the winged Egyptian, Daughter of Anna, as we like to call her. And
Poppy.
now,
yeah, Poppy not finding what they wanted there on the Hanzo, going back over to the Ashe, perhaps help deal with the skies. Coalescence coming out from Apollo as Prophets make their way down the street. Wall coming up to deny the escape. And the Reinhardt goes down. Chungus had no hope, nowhere to run. Freeze coming in onto the Zarya as Apollo is looking for more here, but Shadow's going to go ahead and deny that with a barrage from above. Graviton Surge coming out from Prophets as well. That's going to find the May, but she's able... No! Does not quite get the ice block in time. I could have swore I saw that go up. Now, Shadow getting super aggressive once again on this far. Dives directly on top of the Ashe. Takes out the Ashe, but will eventually fall, and Apollo are going to maintain control here. 55% on the board.
you know, swapping over to this Brigitte has actually imbued them with a lot more brawl ability, and they're just taking their chances as they get it to take Shadow out on this Farah. They're playing their lines of sight a lot better here. The LOS coming from Apollo is absolutely perfect right now, but now they got him into an open area. This could be very bad zone for them if they don't check her now.
Yeah, Treacher trying to harass in the back line. Meanwhile, Earthshatter's coming out on the front line. Mora goes down after using the Coalescence, though. Shadow falls, somehow kills himself. And it looks like Apollo able to clean up here. Pride does drop to Andrew, though. So a small window of opportunity here for Prophets to make something happen. 93% on the board. We are approaching last fight territory. Blizzard coming out on the side of Apollo. Whoever wins this fight will open us up with a map 1 lead. Members of Prophets now all dropping onto the point together. Good slam coming in from Chungus. He's able to find the kill onto the May. But Viper picks off a DPS on the other side. 5v5 here on the objective. Coalescence coming out from Apollo. As we have a swap from Boss Raid. Full dive coming in on the side of Prophets as they had to get back in here with a quickness. Oh, but the reinforcements are dwindling. Yet another barrage thrown in the mix. Like Shadow's 4th barrage on downtown alone. Does pick off the Brig with that. Still has his mercy pocket up there. Somehow this Winston still surviving. Oh, I spoke too soon. I cursed you, Boss Raid. I apologize. Winston goes down, but manages to take out the primary source of healing on the side of Apollo. This drawn-out fight just continues to devolve. Who is going to emerge with this point?
Oh my goodness, the big picks coming out from both sides. Off-tank taking out Shadows, and then Chungus getting the swinging, repelling kill. Brooks on the Moira is going to turn this map on its head.
And that will do it. That will do it. Prophets taking Busan in a 1-0 lead here in our matchup.
Oh man, great play from both teams. Massive stall there in overtime. That overtime went about a minute and a half. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tier 1. But it's still Overwatch. And we're having so much fun here bringing this to you tonight. We will be back with you in just a few moments.
Well, welcome back, my friends, to the Console Overwatch multi-tier tournament. My name is Bull Skunk alongside ChefBilly, bringing you some Tier 1 action today between Prophets Knights and Apollo Tier 1. Prophets Knights up 1-0 after the half. Billy, what did they do so well that allowed them to narrowly edge out that victory?
Man, that last-minute stall coming from Prophets won them the match there, or won them the map there. Get my last syllables there. Good. Shadows right now pretty much unchecked. So Apollo, if you're listening out there, you guys really need to figure out something to do with this Farah. On the other side, though, Apollo, showing their grit there, that was a lot closer than we would have maybe expected from the beginning. They do go down 2-1 on Busan, but nothing to hang their heads about. I think they got the pieces to go ahead and make a very great match here. I think we're in for a barn burner here. Yeah. I hope we go 5. I want to go 5. I want to go 5 today.
That was pretty much as close as it gets for a control map. Such a back and forth there. And I anticipate this one staying equally as tight as we continue on throughout this match. We will be headed to King's Row here for map 2.
Yeah.
Head to jolly old England for our hybrid map.
Oh, yes. Jolly old England. I love it. Ew. No, but, you know, looking at the two tank lines, you know, at the end there, we actually saw a metal dive come in to recontest the point. So that may actually be an option that may be something they have practiced in their scrims and practices leading up to this week 2 matchup. Tank lines were very even throughout the map there at Busan. So, you know, DPS is going to have to come up and show up. And if they don't do anything about this Pharah, once again, I know I'm harping on it, but if they don't do anything about the Pharah, it's going to be a very quick 3 points, 2 profits, if they don't end up being able to take care of it.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. It looks like Apollo are bringing us the Bastion here to start things off. And Neko going over to the Ana, I think both of which could serve some good uses there against the Pharah. But look at this defensive tank line. What on earth is this, Billy?
I don't know, but I like it.
Sigma Hammond coming out of Profits here on the side of the defense. Looks like the double shield combination of Orisa Sigma from Apollo trying to path around up through the stairs, but they're going to eat just way too much damage. They don't emerge with all 5 of them. And now, oh man, Boss just getting up close and personal there with the Bastion, who had gotten himself positioned on this top little high ground, but not quick enough. It was read like a book by Profits there.
I'm not exactly sure what just happened there, but I like it. I like it a lot. This is something I've never seen before. I've never seen a Sigma Hammond tank line before.
I can't say I've ever seen a Sigma Hammond tank line. Looks like they are using Sigma just for that straight main tank area denial, throwing shields up, using the kinetic grasp to try to fend off some of that spam damage. Does eat a fire strike there, as Pride has swapped over to that Reinhardt. Ryan Zarya, excuse me, as a matter of fact, coming out from Apollo here on the offense, and that pressure will take the Sigma down. He does not have the up-close and personal brawl capability to stand toe-to-toe with that Reinhardt. And now Apollo pathing through Hotel, looking to see if they can pick off this backline a little bit. But Shadow! Shadow once again! 4K barrage raining from the skies. My goodness, I guess you can play whatever tanks you want if your Pharah is going to play like that.
My God, that was filthy and sexy. That was so smoothly done.
Yeah,
my
that
word.
was just silky, silky smooth. Perfect.
Ooh.
Perfect word for it. And Shadow just in full command of the air. And no one to contest him so far. Bosch Raiden coming up with an early pick here on this next engagement. And I mean, that's just denying the counter of this Pharah. And I think that just means Shadow has less to worry about, as he's just raining rockets onto the back line here of Apollo. We are going to get an Earthshatter coming out, but he dies before he can get any follow-up on that. Andrew threw Bob into the mix. Coalescence invested as well here from Profits Knights. And with just a $1.48 on the clock, this defense is standing very tall.
I want you to turn your eye to the ultimate department for both teams. Shadow is coming up on his second barrage before either of the DPS for Apollo has gotten one.
Yeah, that's just nutty. Somehow, some way, Apollo needs to find some room to allow these DPS to work. Shadow just sitting up there, raining rockets from above. The Ana, nice, nice. Ana line just shot. Papilaki getting the final blow there. So, well, they at least got the res out. But in the meantime, that allowed them to focus down the tank line. 2 kills coming through in addition to the Pharah. No 4K barrage! What? What, Shadow? Shadow, this is not acceptable, sir. This is not how this is supposed to happen. Once your front line dies, that was, oh my goodness, just robbing Apollo of a point there is Shadow on this Pharah.
Shadow, I'm gonna need you to calm down, sir. I'm gonna need to speak to your manager. That is where we are at right now. I need to speak to your manager.
That should not have happened. All right, Apollo's going to open up with a tire here for this last engagement. 35 seconds on the clock. I think they've got to make it happen now, or it's not going to happen at all. They're getting aggressive here, just trying to run right over the back line. You can see Pride just desperately swinging for the fences back there, charging way ahead of the rest of his team. Apollo does manage to get the kill onto the Winston as well as the Ashe, but they lose their Junkrat. So just 5 members left here. Poppylocky with the all-important kill, finally able to take the far out of this guy. The res, oh no, Dom, that was a little, a little ambitious there, my friend. You weren't going to get that res, and Apollo finally getting some progress started for us here, but I think we might get a recontest.
We are going to get a recontest. Here it is.
Coalescence coming out from both sides. Boss Raven going in on that Winston to try to make something happen, but both Chungus and Boss Raven do drop promptly at the hands of the clean turd. He does fall to a shot from the Ash, as you do see the Pharah up on that high ground. In the end, Apollo able to get that first point unlocked and finally get this car to rolling.
8 barrage kills and 2 barrages.
Just on point A.
Just on point A. So, as I said, and I'm going to harp it again, you have got to do something about the Pharah, or she's just going to own you, and she is owning you right now. That there's no other way to put it. There's no sugarcoating to be had here. You've got to do something about it because she's just raining in rockets. I mean, she's getting damage boosted by Dom the entire time now.
Oh, and just look at this positioning. I mean, she's just floating directly above him. Just seems not a care in the world, you know? I mean, there's just nothing pressuring this Pharah. Nice fire strike coming out from Pride, though. Make that a 3K coming from Pride as the nano boost had gone through and he went storming through Street's face, taking matters in his own hands. And I like that. You know, if you can't deal with the Pharah, get aggressive and kill everyone else.
Yeah, and my Shadows is on super low health right now, getting a bit of a heal up there. But Andrew is in a little bit of trouble here. No healers about him. There we go. Moira throwing in a healing orb to him, but the progress is being made on this point right now. They are almost to point B, capturing point B, so this is big from them.
Yeah, I think the DPS lineup from Profits got a little separated. Clean Turn able to find that kill onto the far. There's something you don't see every day, but here comes the recontest from the other side. Chungus picks up one, but they lose their main tank. Reinhardt down, Tyre coming in on the side of the offense. Not even needed. Rome Treehouse on the Zarya picking up a pair of kills, and this should be 2 points on the board here for Apollo.
Yeah, not a minute too soon. They only had 48 seconds left in the time bank there. So now coming in here with a respectable 2 minute 15 second time bank. Shadows almost on another barrage, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eyes on the skies because Pharah is ready to go. But Clean Turd is giving him all he can handle right now with these concussion mines and his normal grenades.
Shadow does eat a couple shots there from Poppylocky, who seems to be dialing in a little bit here on the back half of King's Row. Shadow able to fall back into the safety of his healer and does turn around and pick up the kill onto the Ana. Meanwhile, Poppylocky finds the kill onto the front line, but here comes that barrage. Only one this time before getting taken out. Poppylocky seems to be a lot more aware and a lot more intent on that Pharah here as we have moved through King's Row. Nevertheless, it might have been enough to shut down this initial assault into point C.
Yeah, but now we get to see his real true main. What I talked to them after post-game, after their week 1 match, when I was talking to them in the captain's chat, he's actually a Genji main.
So Shadow perhaps evolving here for the defense as Pride going into the back line with his Earth Shatter, looking for something to happen here. We are going to get the Graviton Surge Earth Shatter combo. Mine thrown into the mix, and that's going to pick up 2. Nano Boost invested in this as well onto that Reinhardt. Good news for Apollo. They still have both DPS ults in the bank and not far to push this thing.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a recontest or not.
Well, there's going to be a Tyre there. If anybody does try to come touch it, they're going to eat a lot of damage, and it was Shadow who was the business end of that Tyre. Dom trying to get the res off, but not happening. Poppylocky right on top of things, able to land that shot, and now it's just stall tactics coming through. Oh, nice push, doesn't land the pin, but knocks him off the side. Dueling Coalescence coming out from both teams, as Apollo trying to turn their attention to the Zarya, but the rest of the reinforcements are starting to come out and swarm them here. Okay, they do get the kill onto the Mei, who is holding the Blizzard, and that was a big kill, not able to get that ultimate off. Earth Shatter coming out on the side of Apollo, finds Chungus there on the Zarya. He's going to go down. Oh, and the bowling charge comes through from Boss Raiden. Both Reinhardts off the side. With that, this defense, I believe, should hold.
I think you're right, but they did pull out a Bastion, even though Brooks did take him out. There is a contest right now going on the point. 2 seconds left, so we are going to go into the overtime period here. I don't know if they're going to have enough time to get back. Blizzard being invested to kind of stall them off the point. Nope, no touching there. 66.3 meters of progress. What we saw there in the beginning from Profits, you didn't think that they would even get this far. So a good amount of progress coming from Apollo. I think they got there their heads on straight and decided to take care of the Pharah, and they finally made Shadow, over the course of 2 maps, swap off of that Pharah. Now you got to decide what is he going to come out with on the offense, because he did show Genji there, and even though it was a late map switch, he has it available. He gets blades pretty darn fast too, if I remember correctly from their week 1 match. So Boss Raiden right now on the main tank role, either the Sigma or the Reinhardt, he is absolutely cleaning, clocking, cleaving, and making space for his team and just taking the punishment like a true masochist here in jolly old England.
Absolutely.
And, man, he is just he's very impressive to watch for a tier 1 player.
Definitely kind of seems to be the sacrificial lamb of Prophet's Knights there. And despite going down in a lot of these engagements, they still managed to frag out based on that fantastic play coming from Shadow and Andrew, who are opting for look at this DPS lineup. I like it. I like it. We'll see if we'll see if they stick with it. On the defense, we're getting Ryan Sigma with Ash and Junkrat here to put the hurt down. Try to make sure they can control those skies. But yeah, they are sticking with it. We're getting the Symmetra Bastion on the side of the offense.
This is interesting. I want to see where they actually set this teleport up. Do they go top right? Do they go on top of the statue? I'm not sure.
Do they go to Mondada's forehead? Because that's where it went. Yep, right on Mondada's forehead, and the charge through it. So Boss charged through the teleporter and then right onto the objective. Rome there to catch that aggression, though, and takes him out. The Bastion finds one. Shadow finds one as well. Res coming through under the dwindling reinforcements here of Apollo. And Mercy does pay for that res with her life. But the tank line's still standing. And it's just 2 members of... Nope, make that 3 members of Prophets here on the objective. And Apollo just giving up space for free. Charge, counter charge coming out from the rides. Pride goes down. And that just means Boss Raiden has free reign to go swinging for the fences. Andrew finds a kill, and this is going to be point 1 picked up here for Prophet's Knights.
Man, and here comes the chase. Shadow on the chase, going after his prey. Oh my word.
Yeah, he's all the way at the back of point B right now.
He is not playing like a normal tier 1 player, let me tell you, because most teams tell you, stay with the team. Stay with the team.
Yeah, I like this flank angle he's taken, and at the very least, he's providing some fantastic scouting for the rest of his squad here. As the front line of Prophet's Knights is making their way through streets, kind of looping around bookstore here as we speak. Coalescence coming out on the side of the defense. As you can see, Shadow excited now is the time to make his appearance and drops into that back line. Picks up one onto the Moira, taking off their primary source of healing before he is forced to back out and escape. Meanwhile, here comes the boat around the corner. Bastion on top, ready to go. Finds the kill on Populaki, but clean turn. Responds with a nice tire. Manages to clean off the objective here. Now dropping down, going face-to-face with the Reinhardt. But I don't know if the defense has the reinforcements to contest this thing.
I mean, you still got clean turn behind there. I mean, he can lob his grenades in there and really give them pause for consideration.
Yeah, he ends up just hurling himself onto the objective to try to stall it out. Goes down. Massive Earth Shatter. Landing true there for Prophet's Knights. As Boss Raiden goes clean and up. They're going to go ahead and throw a Coalescence into the mix just to be sure. That res did come through onto the Sigma. But I think it was a fool's errand as 2 points are on the board and tons of time on the clock here for Prophet's Knights.
I mean, we've got 5 minutes and 30 seconds when they actually captured that, a little bit less than 5:30. So they've got about 5.5 minutes to get that around the corner and almost to the end.
Oh, look at this clever play from Shadow. What a move! And he's going to throw his blade down. Graviton Surge comes out as well. Oh, but his clever play does not yield him any kills, as he does drop just a little out of the reach of his healer's clean turn, going on to the payload and cleaning that Bastion right off in the defense of Apollo. Have planted their feet here, and they're going to hold here on point C, at least for now.
For now, we also have, we've got a good couple of tank ultimates ready to go for the side of Apollo. So, all is not lost. Brooks is trying to get out with his life because he was just taking hyperspheres in the backside as he tried to get away from the point there.
Good job from Apollo kind of equalizing in the ult department. And now we are going to get the swaps coming out as Boss Raiden going to Zarya. Chungus going over to the Reinhardt. Tank configuration coming out from Andrew here on the Bastion. Does find 2 with that. But they got to be aware of the tire on the other side because it's going to kill them all. 3-man kill from the tire. But this tank line, somebody did not get the memo. The tank line is not dissuaded. They're just up there swinging away, finding those kills. And despite being only half a team, Prophet's Knights wins the battle, or wins the engagement at least, and continue to make progress.
And they're getting the payload healing, the very slow payload healing. So, you know, not in serious danger of going down, though they were very low there at that point.
After that last move coming out of Shadow, he's gone over to the Pharah, manages to take the Bastion out of the sky, but we had a Gravitic Flux Coalescent combination coming through from the defense, and that found 3. Shadow and Andrew striking back, but I think the respawn advantage here is going to be too much for him.
Yeah, I mean, 2 minutes down so far. I think they may be waiting for either a grab or something else to allow Shadow, because he's already almost got another barrage online.
Once again, utilizing the pit to sneak his way over into the backline, but he's found out. Poppy Locky sees him there. And here comes the barrage, jumps in. Oh, and he does manage to get some. Then Poppy's just barely missing the shot. He puts down a lot of damage. Andrew able to clean up there with a nice TNT from the other side. And that DPS duo absolutely clicking heads, finding the goods, and finding the win here on Kings Row.
What a fantastic amount of pathing and play from the Prophets there, going underneath the pit, using the booster rockets to the best ability, getting up, and even though that last one only garnered him 1, it was enough to turn the situation around and get the attention of everybody on Apollo. Man, massive plays coming out from Shadow, their captain, leading the way, and we will be back with you guys in just a few moments.
We are here at halftime with the Tier 1 matchup between Prophet's Knights and Apollo Tier 1. Prophet's Knights up 2-0 here, looking to conclude it as we head into Horizon Lunar Colony, or a Hooner Horizon Colony, whichever you prefer. Everybody's favorite map in space. So, you know, what do you expect to see here out of these two teams, Billy?
More Pharah?
More Pharah, yeah.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Now, my question there is, you don't have that nice ceiling to work with here in Horizon. Do you think that Prophets will be able to get as much value out of that character? And do you think that it would be easier for Apollo to shut down the Pharah here, as they have that high ground to work with on both point A and point B?
I think that they will have a better time of taking care of him. Yes, yeah. I think that you're not going to get the same amount of value out of Pharah here on Horizon Lunar Colony as you do on some of the other maps. You know, but the support core of Prophets, the young ladies on there, I am so sorry.
Yeah, forget us if we got any pronouns wrong. Yeah.
If I get the pronouns wrong, I'm so sorry.
We just found out the support line for Prophets are females, so forgive us if we got those wrong. But anyway,
we digress. The young ladies from on the support line for the Prophets are absolutely doing a merchant's job right now. They are just absolutely owning in the support department, keeping not only their tanks up, but in this pharmacy duo with Shadows. Yeah, it's unstoppable right now. So if they do decide to try and aggress with it or defend with it, I think that they may run into a little bit of a problem. So, you know, this kind of evens it out. This low ceiling map here is going to play a lot into Apollo's hands, I think.
Before we do get into map 3, we did have a Tier 1 sub coming through from Airborne 1300. Thank you so much, my friend. Really appreciate the support.
We love Airborne.
Indeed.
We love all of you out there. That's you guys know.
That's so true. That is so true. We really do.
We do this for you guys, and it is an absolute gem of a match tonight that we got here. It's not it's a 2-0 line right now, but it hasn't been, you know, one-way traffic either way. You know, Apollo has been putting their feet in there, sunk their teeth into these maps. It's just been a move here or a move there, honestly. You know, a couple of stunning ultimates out of Shadows. If you don't have that, you know, perhaps it might be a little bit different. So I think you do have to.
Yeah, Shadows single-handedly won them fights they should not have won there on Kings Row.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, the 4K with only a tank and no healers, yeah, that was nutty. I mean, you would think that they would call for the pullback, but he said, nah, I got this.
I got this. Well, we are going to get Apollo here on the defense. Starting us off on Horizon Lunar Colony. Looks like they're bringing us a little Reinhardt Sigma. Poppy Lucky sticking with the Ash to help deal with the skies. Clean Turd on the May. On the side of the offense, Shadow going to the Genji.
Yeah, I think they've got Apollo mind screwed right now, not using the word that I want to use. They've got him just he's got the entire team on the defensive, thinking about where is he going to pop up, where is he going to show up.
Yeah, Prophets just with that fantastic play already controlling the flow of battle just by controlling the compositions. Shadow's trying to work around to the flank as Prophets are looking, I think, to kind of surround the high ground here, getting a little bit of a rotation out of the defenses. They're going to go ahead and drop back down to point. Clean Turd coming up with the kill onto not just the Tracer, but the Ana as well. But a nice dash is going to come through and take out Poppy Locky. Chungus finding a pair of kills, and it looks like the offensive Prophets making some ground here. They're going to have to deal with this Sigma, but it's a 3v1 here on the point. Moira coming back in to try to keep the Sigma topped off. Moira doesn't even make it to the objective, and this should be a point on the board here for Prophets Knights.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just under 3 minutes, and they already have almost two ticks. This is going to be a huge time bank going into point B here on Horizon Lunar Colony. I think that you got to say, honor is the better part of valor, and just take your lumps there and regroup, reassess, re-strategize.
Yeah, I mean, I think a composition swap might be in order, though. Bad Buddy coming up with some nice kills, so they're able to shut down the two DPS, who were extending a little bit there for the side of Prophets. Big charge coming out. Maywall there to divide off the rest of the team from him, though, and the focus there. Rome getting attributed for the final blow. Reinhardt down. And the defense here with a great opportunity to stabilize and stave off the snowball.
I mean, it was a right now. I mean, they're thinking that there's nothing that they can do to stop them. Finally, Apollo just says, no, we got this. And pulling out the May here, I think, is the absolute right play. Already has that Blizzard online.
Yeah, reminded of Zenyatta. Overconfidence is a flimsy shield. Here comes the Blizzard there from said May. Looks like Prophet's able to back out of it. They're going to go ahead and throw Coalescence, dueling Coalescence coming out from both sides, as a matter of fact. Oh, nice freeze! Holy cow, what a play! Freeze coming through onto the Reinhardt before he's able to get off the Earth Shatter. But nevertheless, Andrew dropping bombs. Shadow clicking heads. And there's already two ticks on the board here for Prophets Knights. Reinhardt trying to come back and install as best he can, but to no avail, and a massive time bank here for the Prophets.
My goodness, 423 on the time bank after capturing that point. There is nothing. They did. Wow, I am actually flabbergasted how fast that went, because I had a whole line and spiel about what was going to happen and how they were going to duel with ults and everything like that, and Clean Turd through the Blizzard and ended up catching nobody, and that spelled their demise right there.
Yeah, I'm afraid you are correct. Just didn't quite get it far enough, and Prophet's able to just kind of squeeze up against that wall, avoid the damage coming from the AoE. And then they bounce right back. I mean, fantastic play coming out of Andrew on that Tracer, finding himself a 3K in that mix. Chungus on the the swapping of there's Zarya. Whichever one they chose to put on Zarya for that engagement, because it just seems to go back and forth every fight.
Well, Shadows also took care of the ulting Sigma as well with the the Gravitic Flux was triggered, but he actually killed him before he was actually able to lift people up in the air.
Nice. And of course, we do have that change where it came through about a month back, where that Flux is wasted if he gets stunned or killed in its use.
Yep.
Well, Prophets, they don't have that third point on the board just yet. Going
as of yet.
Going on the defense here, hoping that fantastic assault will be enough to buy them the map as well as the match victory. On the side of Apollo, looks like we are going to get the Reaper May to start things off, but Andrew already putting the hurt down, and Clean Turd doesn't even make it around the first corner.
Yeah, and he actually cleaned up on Junkrat in his week 1 match, so this could be very scary territory for him right now if he's on his main right now.
Prides and Escadar goes in deep, way too deep. The healer's not able to find him, and he drops at the hands of the Roadhog here. First time we've seen a Roadhog here in a few matches. So far, working out here for Prophets as their defense looking solid.
Yeah, I mean, he's just the tank line right now. Their ability to play pretty much any tank in any configuration. That's the other thing I should say. We have seen some very unorthodox tank lines come out from this team. You know, we've got the Halt Hook going on right now, and I love Halt Hook. I'm an Orisa. I'm more of a Orisa main than I am a Ryan main. I'm more of a forced Ryan main. I love the Donkey Horse. She's my girl. And yeah, he may be in trouble. The boss raid may be in trouble over here.
Yeah, he's going to try to use his take a breather, see if he can get out of there, but no, the damage from the Reaper is just too much. But now we're going to get a tire come in, and then members of Apollo are all caught in this stairwell. This could be really dangerous. 3K does come through from the tire. Meanwhile, Pride is moved forward, did manage to pick up another kill, but I think Apollo is still at a one-man disadvantage here. Yeah, it's a 3v4 here for the offense. Andrew is going to tilt that balance even further, finding himself a kill. Coalescence coming out as well from the defense, and they are going to hold on here for now.
Yeah, Brooks, young lady, that was a very nicely used Coalescence. Poppy Locky should have stayed in Wraith form and at least gotten around the corner. He tried to get out of that Wraith form a little too quickly, and it ended up costing him his life. We do have some ultimates coming online for Apollo here. However, we do have a Shatter and an all-important Blizzard, but take a look at Shadows. I have a feeling that there may be a deflected Blizzard if he times it right.
Here comes the Blizzard. It does actually land. We'll see if they're able to find it. No, the members of Prophet so good at getting out of the way of that, so good at reading that that's about to get thrown, and the Blizzard gets 0 value once again here for Apollo. Nevertheless, they've bought themselves a little space. They're sticking together nicely, and they're going to go ahead and move on to the objective. Clean Turd finding an early pick, taking that junk right out, and here comes the Earthshatter. Earthshatter finds 2. Is the follow-up there? Yeah, Moira goes down. Sound barrier dropped from Apollo here as they can smell a little bit of success here finally on point A. 1 tick picked up already, looking for more.
Yeah, and Boss Raiden's kind of stuck out here. He took his breather. He tried to get a hook onto Poppy Lock. He missed his hook, and he ended up paying for his life with it.
Now, good news here for Profits is several ultimates were used there by Apollo, so the only one left, or well, 2 left, forgive me, are going to be the Death Blossom with the Coalescence. And Shadow still has this blade in his pocket, and he's following the members of Apollo. Okay, no, he's going to opt to drop back down to the low ground. Clean Turd going in deep. Both DPS for Apollo going in real deep, and here comes the blade. Clean Turd's going to ice block up. Not going to be taken out by that sword just yet. Poppy Locky finds a kill, and the blade gets nada. Death Blossom, on the other hand. Death Blossom finds 3. Here comes the tire from the other side. Counter punching back with 3 of their own. And that took out the Reinhardt as well as the Moira. And I don't know if Apollo has the staying power here. Lucio caught in a trap, gets taken out. Junkrat gets taken out as well, though. 1 tick of permanent progress already picked up on point B. So at the very least, Apollo has that to fall back on here as they're going to reset.
Indeed, and you know they only used the 1 ultimate there. They used the Death Blossom from Poppy Locky, so maybe time to switch over to something a little more potent. Maybe pulling out a Junkrat of their own for the spam damage, even though you do run the risk of charging up the Zarya, which they have now lost. So you could actually bring the Junkrat in there, not worry about charging up a Zarya, and actually just really aggressing into them.
Yeah, I think after that first point, Boss Raiden going over to the Hammond. Maybe just going to stall there for that last engagement and just going to stick with it here. All right, Poppy Locky teleported up to the high ground. Has got eyes on the Pharah. Shadow swapping over to the flying hero there after using the blade. Oh, might drift a little too close to the sun here. Shotgun's going off. He's low. He's down. Clean Turn picks up a kill as well. What patience going out of Poppy Locky. And now he has free reign to drop down and pour damage into this Orisa. The horse doesn't last.
Tire coming in. Tire blown up.
Nice! Pride ready for it this time. Lands the Fire Strike, and Blizzard once again gets nothing. But I think Apollo here do have a bit of the advantage. Respawn starting to come in. Shadow back in the skies. Coalescence shoes on the side of the defense. Boss Raiden's going to find 1. Pride goes down. No more Reinhardt left for the attacking team. Graviton Surge seemingly wasted. Thrown off to the side. Supercharger coming out. What a... Okay.
D9!
Okay. Chungus was there. Chungus was standing in the corner and was literally a toenail away from contesting that point. I think got frozen up in that corner. Big heads-up play coming from Apollo. I mean, downright shocked me.
Okay. That is very interesting. Now, they did not reset the times here.
No, because Apollo had less than 2 minutes on the clock.
That's right. I'm still learning that rule.
So the rule with that Billy is referring to here is if Apollo had had more than 2 minutes on the clock, their time would have been lowered to exactly 2 minutes, and that same amount of time frame would have been deducted from Profit's time. But since they were below the 2-minute mark, Profit's time is not adjusted at all, and they're going to have 4 minutes and 23 seconds here. They're going to start us off on the defense in extra innings.
Oh, man. This is a nasty amount of time to be going up against here for Apollo. Profits being on match point here. They're going to have to do something fast and do something quick. And this is kind of a goat-see comp.
A little bit. I mean, yeah, it's
a little bit.
The Reaper May. Yeah, bringing the Brig into the mix. I'm surprised.
Very brawly.
Very brawly. I'm honestly kind of surprised we're not seeing the Brig Lucio. I don't know if that would provide as much healing, but man, I mean, I think the aggression might serve them a little better than the sustain. Simply speculating here, as Apollo coming back in with the Reaper May. They're going to have to deal with Shadow in the skies, though, and Rome goes down early as those rockets coming around that first bin, and Rome cannot get through. Shadow finds a second kill already. And already 25% towards a barrage. Andrew doing his fair share of work, already 30% towards a tire.
Yeah, I mean, you got to watch this, guys. Once you see the first rocket come out from fire, you've got to know, you've got to watch your lines of sight here, because he is just absolutely digging in, and he is ready to go.
Far, what are you doing? Okay, Shadows, I think was just doing a little check there on the back stairwell. Oh, what nice rockets, man! Just able to predict that pathing so well and dropping those rockets right on point. Andrew finds himself a kill, make that 2 kills coming through for Andrew on the Junkrat. Boss Raiden coming through with a big kill onto the counterpart Reinhardt. That might just be the most important of them all. And this defense looking absolutely indomitable here.
Yeah, that's just nutty play coming from them, but we got a little bit of a turn of events here. Rome Treehouse does take out Andrew on that Junkrat. You've got Reaper and Zarya up here.
With that long run back, I mean, they've definitely got a window of opportunity here. Looks like Apollo's just going to go up to the high ground this time, put the pressure right on him. Charge coming through from the other side. Oh, but Pride able to find the final blow in the end. Shadow's going to go ahead and throw a death block or barrage into the mix. Forgive me. And 2 kills coming through on the other side, though. Barrage only finding 1. Chungus only finding 1. The rest all blue here for Apollo, and it looks like, barring a miracle play here coming out of Andrew, who does have that tire. No, okay, he's not going to be able to use that tire. Apollo will go ahead and get that 3rd point on the board.
Yeah, big plays coming from Apollo here. Very impressed with them. They had the patience to wait for a couple of picks, and the healer core for Apollo doing an absolutely massive job here. 30 seconds on the clock. You've already gotten the barrage out of him too, so that's a huge one taken out.
Yeah, they just got to be worried about this tire that is coming out as we speak. Looks like they're going to tire circling around behind him and perhaps looking for the support line. He's going to find the Brig. So a nice start for him. But Shadow and Boss Raiden already whittled down very low. Blizzard coming out. The Moira caught in that. Moira goes down. They find the kill onto the Reinhardt as well. Shadow striking right back, though, finding 2 kills of his own. Poppy finds 1. Pride finds 1. Reinforcements on both sides are dwindling, but that respawn advantage will favor the defense in red here. Shadow finding yet another kill. The Mercy using Valk to make sure everybody is topped off. And I think the last 2 members of Apollo aren't going to last. Death Blossom thrown in for good measure. As Apollo not going down without a fight, but going down they are in the end.
I mean, I thought they had it there. The Death Blossom coming out from Poppy caught 1. I thought he had the angle on the Reinhardt there, but Reinhardt was able to swing his shield around and stop the kill coming in, and then just big plays once again from the support line, popping Valkyrie to make sure that she was not only out of range of all that damage, but making sure that she kept her team up. Big plays coming from both sides there. Dom LG on the Mercy there was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, big props to the supports. Your supports don't get enough attention, but man, do they do a lot of work. So be sure and thank your supports. Next time you're in game, you should be sure and thank your healers. All right, Paula coming out on the defense. Good showing there in extra innings, and they definitely have a chance to bring this thing back, put a point on the board. Looks like they're going to come out with the Reinhardt Sigma. Poppy Locky on the Torbjorn here.
I like it.
I think it'll work better on this map than it did for him on Busan. With those low ceilings that we were referring to before the map started. I think you could have an opportunity to actually counter that far here with this Torbjorn.
Absolutely, but it looks like they're going to try and bring out the Symmetra strat again. We saw heads getting clicked when they tried to set up these teleporters before, so...
Yeah, we'll see how they choose to utilize it this time. No Junkrat on the other side, though, so that's one danger they don't have to worry about. Wall coming up. Separating the Zarya from the rest of the team there, but Zarya able to fall back into the safety on the opposite side. Think of anything, eating some time. Andrew, where are you putting this teleporter? All right, right to the objective they go. Apollo a little slow on the rotation. We'll see if they're able to come back in here and take this thing back. Shadow's going to go ahead and take out that turret. But he is down to 21 health. Poppy does come through with that kill. Meanwhile, on the front line, Boss picks up a kill. And Andrew finds himself a pair. Make that 3 kills there for the Symmetra from Andrew. Microwaving down the members of Apollo, and they are going to go ahead and get that 3rd point on the board.
Yeah, that was great play. A great little bit of a delayed teleporter onto the point, and like you said, Apollo was very slow to react. So 3 minutes 50 seconds to hold here, and then will be the match, and we'll go to we will go to Havana after this match. But yeah, right now, as it stands, unless it's already a match win. It's already a match win because they're going to tie.
Yeah.
If they don't get into progress. So the game is, the match is
the
already
match
over.
has been set, yes. Shadow taking out the turret there early. And despite the fact that it's set, don't expect Apollo to go down without a fight. Oh, but once again, they just disappear off your screen in a matter of seconds. That's going to pick up the 3rd map point. And, well, they already had the match win, but now it's just cleaner.
An unblemished record so far.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. We're just going to leave you with that.
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back, my friends. Console Overwatch multi-tier tournament. My name's Bullskunk, alongside ChefBilly, bringing you some exciting Tier 1 action here today between Prophets Knights and Apollo Tier 1. Heading into Map 4, the Prophets have a 3-0 lead and a match victory under their belt, though, of course, we do still finish out this 4th map and complete the 4-map set. Billy, what can we see out of Apollo here to shut down Shadow? Like, I'm just going to go out and straight up. How do they shut down Shadow?
I mean, they haven't shown an ability to do it as of yet.
I don't have an answer.
I mean, you have better options here, I guess, pulling a Bastion out. I think pulling the Bastion out would be a big play for them because that's a hit scan and it's pressure right away. Also, I think that they need to maybe concentrate on the support.
Right.
I think taking his damage boost and his instant healing away would be another thing that they could maybe focus upon. Man, there's just so much that Shadow is doing either on the Genji or on the Pharah. And then on the other hand, if you take care of Shadows, Andrew's in your back line. He's already in your back line. He's already taking care of your entire support line.
Just being a menace. Being an absolute menace.
This DPS duo here in Tier 1 is absolutely scary.
Yeah,
not to mention the tanks. The tanks, I mean, top to bottom right now, as we're looking at it from a team standpoint, this is probably one of the most disciplined, well-coordinated, well-structured teams that I've seen in Tier 1. And I came from Tier 1, and I thought my team was pretty darn put together. This team makes us look like jumps. So, I play in Tier 2 now, but yeah, this is a very scary team. Tier 1, you need to be on your notice that this is a team to beat right now.
Yeah.
I do have the ready ups. You said we in the little break that we had a tier 1 sub come through.
We did. We had a Prime sub come through there from that was from Modern State for 2nd month in a row. Thank you so much, my friend. I do certainly appreciate that. Absolutely appreciate that.
Love it.
And heading into Havana. Profits looking to complete the 4-0 sweep for the second week in a row. So far, they have not lost a map here in CGL's multi-tier tournament.
And I want to throw it out there again, because sometimes, and I've had somebody say in the past, maybe you should be a little more nice. Well, I am being nice. Thing is that when you see a dominant team, it's hard not to point out what they're doing right. Apollo has not made this easy on the Profits by any stretch of the imagination. They have put up a fantastic fight against this very well-coordinated team. And once again, we've got to remind you, Profits, they've been around on their own in the background. Apollo Tier 1 is a brand new team. So, they are definitely showing that they have what it takes to compete for the championship here in our multi-tier tournament in week 7 here on the CGL. So, man, I think you guys got it. I did get a request for a pause.
Sure, that's fine. We'll just send it back to our handsome faces here while we wait for our teams to get their stuff together. But I think the one of the bright sides we saw from Apollo, we've seen some excellent teamwork. They're doing a good job of sticking together, and they're doing a good job of focus fire when they're playing their game, and they're able to stay in their death ball, and anything that comes close, all 6 just pounce on it, and they do a really good job of that. And one of the things I think we have seen work for them is be hyper-aggressive. It's one of the reasons I wanted to see more of that Lucio. Use the speed and get the kills. I mean, you're going to have to play it almost like you'd play old-school dive. You've got to decimate their backline before you lose your own to Shadow and Andrew here.
Sorry, I'm talking to the captains right now. He said, my batteries, LOL. Oh my gosh, imagine using batteries. Come on, turd. Come on. You're getting roasted for that one, buddy. Love you. I think I'm ready for all the guys here. So 2.5 seconds before we start in here. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's head into map 4.
I love this. I love this.
1. Attackers incoming.
All right. We are getting, whoops, despite what your screen says, we are getting Profits on the defense here. Start things off. Let me flip those icons around there for you. And they're bringing us Boss Sigma once again, like we saw in King's Row. Boss Raiden go in, finds an early pick. Wow. Good shots coming through, and he just lands right on the head of Clean Turd there on the Junkrat. Oh, but he might have overextended a little bit here. May got that ball frozen up. And they are going to get the kill onto the ball. Meanwhile, it looks like the tank line of Apollo trying to push through here, put the pressure onto that weaker shield of the Sigma-led Profits Knights defense. Turning around this first corner. Nice mine coming out from Clean Turd. Able to land that right on point there. Still just dropping some spam damage in as Apollo just slowly but surely kind of making away their corner here. I like this reserved approach. They're not getting over aggressive at this time. Nice kill coming through. Chungus goes down. Clean Turd going to pick up a second kill as well. Coalescence going to go ahead and get thrown in here on the side of Apollo. And man, they just kind of waltzed in here to point A.
I mean, waltz is a bit of a yeah, I'd call it more of a skip.
A casual saunter? I mean...
yeah, there we go. A casual saunter down the streets of Cuba.
Yeah, that's the hyper-aggression I spoke of prior to the match. Not necessary. They're able to just stick with cart and conservatively push this thing in.
Yeah, playing slow,
yeah.
As we call it, playing slow is actually doing wonders for this team right now. However, Shadows is getting a ton of value with this Torbjorn up on top. Big Gravitic Flux coming out.
Sound barrier there, though, manages to keep Apollo alive through that. One of 5 ultimates they had on like a ninja. And here comes the Earth Shatter. 2 members go down. The Mercy and the Sigma both in it. The Hammer coming back, trying to save his team with the mines. That got one. Shadow got one with a hammer kill as well. And now he's going to go ahead and throw Molten Core on top of Apollo here. Pride had nowhere to go and just melted in the lava. Nevertheless, I think the offense... Oh, man, this is just dwindled. No, it was just it was a 2v2 on the objective. Reinforcements coming through from Apollo. 3v3 here on the point. Andrew finding the kill. And, man, we need a reset here on the side of the offense.
Yeah, I mean, it was great ingress from them. It was great progress from them. And then just a little bit of Y mashing from both teams, and not much to do there.
Now, good news for Apollo, they do still have that Blizzard online as well as the Graviton Surge. They're looking to push in here through the first choke point B, head into the distillery. On the other side, not much to speak of. Shadow swapping off of the Torm, going back over to the far. Had enough memeing, now it's time to get serious again. Especially since there's really nothing on the side of Apollo to counter this hero. Oh, down to 8 health. Oh, and Poppy Lucky said, I don't need a hard counter, just give me a solid icicle. Shadow goes down. Big charge coming out from the defense. Rez coming through onto Shadow. We do get the Blizzard, Graviton Surge both coming through out of Apollo. They caught 3 in the Graviton Surge. Can they follow it up? They got one of the kills. Oh, nice. Poppy Lucky once again finding the kill onto the far right here. And it is full steam ahead through the distillery here for Apollo.
You know, and Andrew had his Bob. I don't know where Bob ended up at. I don't think he ended up on point. If he did, then he wasn't there very long. Big time moves coming from Apollo here. I'm loving the focused aggression coming up and trying to stop all points of defense coming into them. They've got 2 points on the board. They've got 4 minutes left in the time bank. This could end up being a very large time bank if they push it well enough.
Oh, they tried something very difficult there on the side of Apollo, trying to boot the Reinhardt up into the air and sneak the Earthshatter in underneath them. Just didn't quite squeeze through. Now they're going to have to worry about Boss Raiden, who has an Earthshatter of his own. And the Apollo Reinhardt, okay, that was a dangerous, dangerous spot there for Apollo. Their Reinhardt was off goal. It doesn't matter. Oh, the spin, the 80, no, not 180, but 90-degree shatter. Manages to find 2. But no follow-up there. The rest of Profit's way too far behind. And Apollo just maintaining this control, maintaining this momentum.
Absolutely. And, you know, this tank duo of Escador and Viper are actually just cleaning the streets of Havana here, going into the old castle. And, yeah, here comes the charge. My goodness, there goes Raiden again with another huge charge. Oh, my goodness. Graviton Surge, Invested Shadow comes up with another 3K barrage. Big play coming out. My goodness.
Dropping right onto the heads. Combined perfectly with Chungus' Graviton Surge. Chungus set him up. Shadow knocked him down. Bob was invested onto that point as well. Now, good news for Apollo is Profits did use quite a few of their ultimates, and they're coming back with a Graviton Surge tire combination of their own. Looks like they're not even going to try to throw the... Oh, man, I think that was a missed opportunity. Clean turn. Why didn't you throw the tire?
Waiting for a 5-man tire?
Oh, man, that was it. That was a great Graviton Surge and an opportunity missed here for Apollo. Now tire coming out, finds nothing. Shadow able to pick it out with a rocket. What a great rocket coming out of Shadow. Hitting a rip tire with a rocket from far is not an easy task. And now it just looks like the wind has fallen out of the sails of the attacking team as Apollo's just getting picked off one by one.
Man, Shadow's just completely demoralized the team. And here he goes with exit after exit kill. That's 3!
Putting on a real clinic here with the Farah.
Oh my goodness!
That's
and he's
off
just
the Shadow.
He's waiting for more.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
waiting for more.
Just a fearless stance, unerring confidence coming through the Farah player. Man, I was hoping he was just going to sit right above their heads. I thought for sure there was going to be a close-up and personal barrage coming out. I think the members of Apollo were able to read it, put a little pressure on him, force him back out.
Yeah, but look at how close he is to another
4-man Shatter coming through from the defense. Counter Shatter back, but Shadow already gets 2 kills. It does not take him long to take advantage of the Earth Shatter coming out from his team. A 3rd kill coming through. Barrage comes out, finds 4. There's 5. Shadow is a 1-man army. Cleaning house here on Point C.
Oh.
Disgusting. Absolutely filthy.
The filth is coming for real. My goodness, I think we need to interview this young man after this match, Mr. Bulls. I need to hear from this man.
We might. We're not quite set up. We may just do it anyway. Boss getting a little aggressive there with a big charge. All right, yeah, no, he was not quite able to back out into safety, but Shadow, the X Factor, comes through with a big pick before going down. Graviton Surge coming out on the side of the defense. Coalescence invested from the Profits as well. And Boss Hayden able to find some final blows and maintain control here on Point C.
Man, I'm running out of breath with all the excitement going on here. This is an absolute clinic being put on right now in this 3rd point defense. Now, let us remind you, this is the 3rd point of Havana. They actually ran through the streets in the distillery in 5 minutes. So,
yeah, with 5 minutes in the time bank. Yeah, there was a massive time bank coming into this point, and Apollo just ran into a big brick wall here named Shadow. Boss Raiden does go down. The tank line of Apollo doing work. That focus fire coming through. That discipline we were talking about showing up here in the twilight hour. 10 seconds on the clock. Earth Shatter coming up online, but not much else to speak of here for the attacking team. Good news for them. The only thing they got to worry about is Shadow. Now, Shadow just coming right above. The Bastion is set, but Shadow barely not able to get that final rocket in. And the Bastion's going to stand and live to fight another day. Earth Shatter comes it out on the front line from Apollo. No follow-up there, though. Nice pick. Poppy Locky able to pick the fire out of the sky. And now Apollo able to focus their attention onto this front line. The big X factor for Profits back in spawn at least for 10 seconds. Pride finding the kill onto the Mercy. No res coming through. And if these tanks continue to stick together and work together like this, Viper picking up kills like that. We make it a 3rd point on the board here for Apollo. Bob coming out on the side of the defense. Will it be enough? Shadow! But they didn't touch.
Goodness.
Despite the kills coming through, they did not touch. That is 3 points on the board.
0 to 3.
Oh, man, I thought he got everybody. I thought he had everybody dead to rights, and they're, oh, my goodness.
Initiating.
No, they do not get the contest in.
I think that Andrew missed the bob on the contest, hitting the payload, and he went off the side.
Yep.
And wasn't in that sphere of influence to get him in that contesting range. I think that's an opportunity missed there from Profits to actually full hold them on the 3rd point here. Man, but that swap over to the Bastion is what cracked it open. I don't think they expected to see Bastion come out of spawn there with a vengeance. He came out and just started clicking heads left and right.
Poppy had had enough.
He's like, I am done with you, you filth.
He was fed up with the Pharah. Oh, but that performance coming out of Shadows, nothing short of absolutely brilliant. My goodness, what a one-man army.
Brilliant play, brilliant positioning. As I'm following him, because I'm following all the people here on the map, but when I do get a chance to actually zero in on Shadow, the use of his concussion blast to get him out of a sticky situation, he's not using it to push people around. He's using it to push himself away from heat.
Yeah, into and out of battle. I've seen him use it a few times to close the gap and just pounce on people as well. All right, now inside of the defense, Poppy Locky going over the Symmetra. What is the thinking behind this pick here, Billy?
I think that they having the turrets available for the Genji and the Tracer, which is absolutely smart here for them, because those turrets, I mean, they got to focus them down, but they're going to be doing damage the entire time. So I think that they're trying to keep the Tracer and the Genji in check.
Now, my concern for them is Shadow's just going to go right back to that Pharah. And they're going to have nothing to answer him with. But so far, defense holding strong. Oh, I spoke too soon. Dom coming up with a pick. Boss comes in swinging, gets a pick. Shadow finds himself a kill as well. And I absolutely cast or cursed Apollo there. My apologies, friends. Because the moment I said you're holding, well, you stopped holding.
You stopped holding.
You stopped holding. You folded like a cheap card table.
Sad boy hours here for me.
Good news for Apollo. They are going to get a chance to come recontest. Shadow's coming up with an early pick, though. Deflects the mine right back into clean turn. And what? Oh, what? Okay. Okay, that's a 3-man fire strike. No BAP necessary. Not even a wind scar. Just a good old-fashioned, perhaps a little mercy damage boost on it. But, man, 4 kills coming through for Boss Raiden here on the Reinhardt in that engagement.
Oh my goodness, that was clinically precise. That was surgically precise. And now you've got Tracer and you've got Andrew and you've got Shadows in the spawn of Apollo here, just allowing this card to move so fast through the distillery.
And speaking of surgical, Shadow has his scalpel belt online and ready to go. But here comes the Earth Shatter from the other side. 3 caught in that, including the Genji. Can they find the kills, though? So far, no kills coming through. Brooke able to pop the Valkyrie, and she's able to save her team, keep everybody topped off for the meantime. Coalescence coming out from the defense. Graviton Surge coming out from Profits, and here comes that blade. Oh, no. Swinging into that Graviton Surge. Finds 1, finds 2. Clean turn, finally shuts him down. But that was a lot of damage done, and Distillery belongs to Profits.
Oh, yeah, there goes the bong right there. Even though it wasn't a true team kill there, that was...
You still got your favorite noise.
Yeah, I'm not listening to it right now. I'm just watching it. If I got my gong, then I'm happy.
Andrew's going to go ahead and throw a pulse bomb down, finds the Brig outside of point B here, putting him pressure on him all the way back here by these back stills. Does eventually fall. We'll see if he bought enough time for Profits to get this thing pushed home. All right, contest coming through, 5v5 here on the objective. No ultimates online for the defense. We got the rally, we got the Earthshatter. Earthshatter comes out as we speak, right onto the Reinhardt. And they're going to pick up 3 on the back of that. Junkrat goes down as well, and this will be 2 points on the board and tons of time on the clock here for Profits.
Yep, that is surgically precise right there. They weathered the rally from Bad Bunny.
Oh, we got DC.
Yep, got it.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Shadow putting on a show for us here today, Billy. I mean, it's been the Shadow match here today.
It's been the Shadow show for the entire 90 minutes that we've been on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been disgusting. Just another hero and another multi-kill, pulling out the Genji blade in the middle of the Grav, just swinging his blade away like it's just a stroll through the park. So, yeah, I'm very impressed by this DPS hero here for Profits. It's just nasty. I did get the ready back from Clean Turd for the captain for Apollo, so I'm gonna go ahead and send this back in here.
Yeah.
As we're going into this, we have got 4 minutes 43 seconds on the time bank to get it to the end.
Poppylock, you can go ahead and go over to the Bastion here, coming out of spawn for point C. Shadow putting the pressure down, who has gone over to the Pharah now, his other favorite hero after that last Genji Blade Graviton Surge combo that was so successful here for the attacking team. Rockets coming in, and Shadow landing them true. Oh, but gets caught out. Clean Turd with a nice headshot. Poppylocky onto the Hanzo now, coming off of that aforementioned Bastion. So we got a pseudo double sniper coming out. Rez come through onto Shadow. Back at a 6 full-man roster here for the attacking team. 94 to that barrage. Rocket going on to Poppy, and the Hanzo is down. The Ash is down. No more counter. Here comes the barrage. Barrage finds 1, finds 2, finds 3. My goodness, and Shadow once again. I mean, this just rinse and repeat. This man is killing it.
Yeah, this is just disgusting. And
Wow.
a fourth exit kill just to help it out.
Well, his time to kill is just so fast. His rockets are landing direct more times than not, and his time to kill does not look tier 1.
No, it does not at all.
Graviton Surge coming out to try to push this thing home. Comboed with the Earth Shatter. The Hanzo was looking up and took care of the farm. Meanwhile, the rest of his team falling at his feet. And that is Havana going to Profits and the clean 4-0 sweep for their second week in a row.
We are going to overtime.
Oh, we are going to overtime.
We're going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen.
The overtime push there for Apollo. Yes, thank you for the correction. See, that's why, Billy's why I keep you around here. You keep me in check.
That's my job.
Oh, and maybe it's just a foregone conclusion that I'm seeing here with so much momentum and so much time in the bank. But I don't want to take anything away from Apollo. Man, these guys are disciplined, and they certainly have the capability to come back out and stun us here and deny this 4th map.
Whew.
Man, it's a tall order. It's a
tall order.
It's looking more and more difficult.
You know, I say this out of all respect. It's just that this Profits team is a different class with the DPS heroes. They're putting on a clinic right now. Sigma Ball coming out on the defense again for Profits. Shadows on the Pharah. Why change? I mean, why would you ever need it? Right now, there's no answer for you. And I think that this right now, I'm going to say this right now, just because it's such a dominant performance this week, there aren't any hit scan heroes except for Bastion and Ash right now this week. So maybe this won't be every single week, but I mean, even with the Bastion, they still haven't been able to take care of them.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear this hero pool has favored Shadow in a big way. As the Rockets coming down, health pool's already getting chipped away there on the side of Apollo. Here's they're just coming out of the gate. Poppylock eats a rocket, but the healer's there to keep him alive. As they're sticking with this a little bit of a conservative approach. Andrew's going to take that Hanzo out, though. Andrew does eat a shot. He's down to 50 health, but the healer's coming back to keep him topped off. And with Poppy Locky gone, that means Shadow has nothing to worry about. It is easy flying here for this Pharah.
Yep, and right now, I mean, they've just look at how high he gets up in the ceiling with his Mercy pocket. This Pharah Mercy combo right now, Dom, young lady, you are just absolutely earning your wings in spades tonight, young lady. This is absolutely fantastic play from you.
5 seconds on the clock. Last second chance. Last opportunity for Apollo to make something happen here. The Reinhardt does touch, but they lose 2 people trying to close that gap. And this is going to be quite an uphill battle as Profits are in complete control. This is their map. Apollo is just playing in it.
Big time moves. Big time moves. Boss Raiden picking up 2 exit kills there before timer ran out. Unorthodox tank line that you see here in Havana. Normally you want to see a double shield. You want to see an Orisa paired with a Sigma, or even, you know, throwing out the Rhine with the Sigma or the Rhine with the Orisa. As I've said before, these are perilous times for Apollo. You want to hold them as far as you can. I don't know if they've got anything left in the tank to take the tie here. I'm hoping that he does it. I hope that they do it, just because I'm the eternal optimist. But man,
but the Profits just need 41 meters. They don't even have to get around the first corner. They just got to get to it. And they have 4 minutes and 20 seconds to make that happen. This is going to be quite the mountain to climb for this defense of Apollo.
I feel for them too, because I know that they have prepared very well. They've got coaches. One of my good friends is a coach for them. Ventral Island, also known as Jungle. He is a former teammate of mine. He coaches this team, and I can see it in the Reinhardt play. The controlled aggression from Pride, as he is also a main tank player as well. So holding up close, I think this is the right play.
Yeah, super aggressive defense right outside the spawn door. Maywall coming up. Yeah, try to see if they can get some early picks, but they got to be careful of this Doomfist popping out the back side. Andrew going over to our favorite boxing character over here. Boss Raiden does find the early pick here for Profits. And now the Doomfist coming back in, swinging onto the Roadhog. He's super low. Take a breather just in time. Meanwhile, Pride coming up with 2 big picks here on the Reinhardt. Keeping Apollo in this thing.
Yep, and you've already got almost a minute of that 4.5 minute time bank down. So, yeah, swing for the fences. You got nothing else to lose, ladies and gentlemen.
It's such a long run back for the defense, though. The respawn advantage favors Profits so bad here. Poppy's just hiding. Poppy's he's just. What are you working on the fender there, Poppy? Reaper turned car mechanic here. Oh, and he has found out Forced Array form does not last. And it is just a few meters to go here, about 25 meters to take this cart for Profits, and they will complete the 4-0 sweep. They're just leaving Mercy back there on driving duty while the rest of the team pushing forward, getting aggressive. We'll see what Shadow, see if he can get a blade out here for us at the end. Earthshatter coming out on the side of Profits, laying out 2 of them. Coalescence invested here from Apollo as they definitely try to get back to this point. They managed to contest with less than a meter left to go. Earthshatter coming out on the side of the defense. Can they actually emerge victory through this thing? Here comes the blade. The blade finds 2. Oh, man, and that might have done it. In classic fashions we have seen all day. Apollo looking strong. Shadow coming back and getting the goods, getting the kills. This thing isn't over yet, but an overwhelming advantage. And there it is. It is now over. Profits take Havana in the 4-0 sweep.
Dominant performance tonight from these heroes for the side of Profits. And man, once again, the off-tank play was just disgusting. Setting up so many big plays for this team. And allowing the DPS just to basically have their way and have their way at will whenever they felt like doing whatever they wanted to do. So big plays coming from Profits here. Tier 1, you are on notice that this is a team that is not to be trifled with, as they have put up a 4-0 result for the 2nd week in a row. A lot closer than what people will look at it down the line. We will know here in the casting booth how close it actually was throughout all the maps. So, I mean,